If you're looking at the screen, you probably see me and you probably see my green hoodie. So why do colors matter and how can you use them to make your work better and create a whole story behind it? Let's get right into it. If you see marketing, if you see ads, you see anything that's to do with media and like selling you something, you're gonna notice there's a lot of color and that there's a different use for each of these colors. The best thing to do is know how each color kind of gives you a different mood or what it means. Blue, for example, gives you a sense of trust. So if, for example, if you see things like a police station or different things like that and you see blue, you're gonna see trust, you're gonna see like protection and things like that. So that's where blue kind of is more trustworthy. Red, for example, it shows a couple of things like love, it shows hunger, and it kind of shows like vibrancy, like it shows importance. So if you notice all these places, like if you see McDonald's, if you see Tim Hortons, if you see KFC, you're gonna notice that all the colors are red or has a very large portion of it being red. And that's because they want to stick out. Red proves that there's like some kind of hunger behind it, some kind of like want and desire behind it. And I guess that's also where love comes into, you know, there's desire, there's, you know, I want this. So red has the connotation of I want it. Black, for example, is bold. It's very like chic, it's very modern, and black is a very safe color. It has a lot of elegance to it. It's very mysterious. It has a lot to it and it kind of goes with everything. So black is very useful for having like a base color, for example. So if you have like text or a word and that's like your base stuff, black is your best option. Gray gives you a sense of security. So if you see a bunch of security companies, you'll see a lot of their stuff is very black and gray. So it shows like high end, but it also shows, you know, we're kind of dependable. It's like a rock solid thing, because if you think about construction, cement and stuff like that, it's gray as well, and it's the foundation of certain things. So it shows like security. White obviously shows purity, innocence, and cleanliness. So having white in your thing shows a lot more minimalism. It shows a lot more positive vibes, but depending on where you use it as well, and you can use it in certain ways to kind of show different moods of, you know, even spookiness and stuff too. Brown is representative of the earth and friendliness, kind of showing togetherness and things like that. It's more of a subtle color as well, but it goes really well hand in hand with green and things like black and gray and stuff like the more darker tones. Gold, as you probably all know, gold is representative of wealth and, you know, status and stuff like that. So you can use that to kind of show high-end look, and in certain ways you can make it have like a shine to it, something like that. Gold is just representative of wealth. Green, you probably all know from like environmental stuff. Green is very important for enforcing our nature, our environment and stuff like that. And green is really important to show that in a very easy and subtle way. You can just do that by putting like a word saying this is green and then it's in green. So that kind of gives you the sense of, you know, it's environmental. Yellow is kind of like fresh. It's like, so if you think about summer, you think about like lemons, you think about lemonade, you think about like very summery vibes, pineapples, all that stuff. You're gonna see that a lot of summery stuff and a lot of different things are yellow, that show kind of more cheery vibes, very, you know, I'm happy to do it, and it's like something that really draws your eye in. It's very eye-catching. If you think about even bananas are also tropical, so they give you a very summery vibe, but they're also yellow. Orange, like health and stuff. So if you see certain things about the health stuff, especially it's going around with like the sickness stuff, you'll see a lot of orange because you'll see it's trying to reinforce you. It's nice, vibrant enough, but it's also muted enough, but it's very informative of health. Pink, as you know, it's very feminine for the most part. It has a lot of sexuality built up behind it. Pink has a lot of very emotional connotations, and purple is for royalty. It's for, you know, also elegance and royalty. It's more creative. Purple also has the tones of being sad and different things. So colors have a very different meaning. If you look up a chart, you can find all the different connotations for each of these colors, and colors are really important because you'll see that it shows a different mood for each thing. So for example, if I go back to my hoodie, you probably see the green as a very vibrant color. You're like, it feels more upbeat, it feels more like a very happy kind of video. If I wore like a black or something, you may think it's more elegant or like very high end. And if I wore something that's very like vibrant, like a highlighter, you'd think, you know, maybe it's more kiddish or something. So there's very different connotations behind each of the colors, and that's something that to really pay attention to for video, photo, graphic work. It's really important. And you can even go and talk about hierarchy in terms of like colors. So certain colors will say certain things for different words, and you can say this and that. If I say this is a cool car, and cool and car are highlighted in black and red, for example, you're gonna see those two words first compared to everything else. And that's where hierarchy comes in for colors. Colors have that connotation, and showing the colors for that kind of highlighted in certain ways. So knowing how colors work and what their meanings are really important for getting the most out of your work and kind of showing subtle messaging too. So definitely look into all how color works and stuff like that. There's a lot more I could say, but I want to keep this video pretty short. So I really hope you enjoy this video. If you liked it, please comment and subscribe down below. I'll be making more videos on stuff like this, for cameras, a bunch of different things. So if you have an idea, even tell me on social media like Instagram and TikTok. I have all of them. I'd love to talk to some of you, and I'd really like to know what you think of some of the videos too. So please let me know if you have any ideas and something that maybe I can make a video on. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.